Hey, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be playing with another brand that is new to me and I'm so excited, and that is Dieverune Cosmetics. Sorry, I probably should have looked up how to say it, but I saw that they had the Smitten palette on I Feel Beautiful and I just had to get my hands on it. I'd wanted to try this brand for a while and I just decided to go with this palette because it was one of their most recent releases and I just loved it, and it's kitty themed, so love that. So if you want to see what look I do with this, then keep on watching. Alright, I am so ready to dig into this, but first we'll just get into a little bit of information about the palette. I'm not going to go into too much detail just because it's not like it just came out, and I'm sure lots of other earlier videos that people have done have gotten into a lot more detail, but I just thought I'd pull up kind of some info from the ifeelbeautiful.ca website, just pricing and availability and all that. So currently it is still available. It retails for $86 Canadian, and I don't know if I've mentioned in prior videos, but they do have Sezzle available on their website. So if you wanted to break it up into installments, there is that option as well. And then just a little description of it. So they describe the palette as being moody, grungy grays meet bright pinks for the perfect Valentine's Day palette, featuring 6 mattes and 6 multi/duochromes. So really, you know, moody kind of romantic vibe is what it's going for. So we got the palette, the sleeve matches the palette itself, and the palette's got these adorable kitties on it. And then we open it up and there is the color story, so you can see where they're going with the moody tones along with the bright pinks, and then just these gorgeous row of shimmers down below. I've never tried this brand, so I can't comment yet on what the quality of the shadows is like, but we're going to create a look today and get a feel for it. From what I feel like I've heard, people seem to really like the formula for this, so if I'm in love with it, I'm sure I'm going to probably want to get more stuff from them in the future. But enough said, let's just zoom you on in a bit more and get started on a look. Alright, so I think my idea for the look I want to create today is I've been thinking a lot how I really want to do sort of like a winged out. What's better for this style, this theme palette, than kind of a cat eye-esque style. I can't think of words. So that's what I've got in my head, so we're gonna just jump right into it. So I'm gonna start off with what seems to be the deepest shade in the palette, and it is this purple here called Perhaps, and I didn't mention it in the intro kind of part, but going with the cat theme, all of the names are cat related, which is freaking adorable. So I love that. And we're going to jump into with a MAC 266 angled brush. And we're just going to start building the outer corner. Sometimes I'd use a tape or something for this, but I'm not looking for anything too precise. It's just going to be a soft wing. We're going to bring that out pretty far and then just kind of fill in the inner part just a bit. It's probably not coming across as much on camera, but to me, the video game that my husband is playing right now is so loud. Hopefully not super loud to you. I'm just bringing that in all the way to the inner corner. And we're just gonna kind of stop there for now. We can always deepen it up more, but I just want to kind of sort out all of the placement for my shadows before I go too crazy with it. Alright, then we're gonna grab this kind of like a pencil brush, but it's very kind of fluffy. It's from BH Cosmetics, and then we're going to jump into I think we're going to jump into Catnap. And we're just going to start placing that right alongside that previous shade. And we'll probably go like back and forth and work on the blend. So far I have to say, like, these mattes are really nice. And on like the inside, like as I start not having like much product left on the brush, I'm just kind of lightly blending it over the lid. I don't want it to be like a super opaque amount of shadow there. I just want it to like kind of feather out into the eyelid, just so that way stuff like when I put the shimmer down, shimmer or shimmers, I don't know yet, it all just kind of fades into the matte, the shades, matte shades. Oh my god, words. Jump back in with the previous brush, and I'm going to re-intensify. Didn't end up being as much of like a wing kind of thing as I originally envisioned, but I'm okay with that. And I'm going to grab that brush that we used for the second shade. No additional product on it, but I'm just going to actually, now I am going to pick up a little bit more. We're just going to go over that. I just want to I'm going to grab this. It's a Royal Langnickel, just says it's a smoky eye, and I'm going to dip into that deep Perhaps shade and just build that up right here a little bit more, just because when I open my eyes, just like the way like sort of like the hood to my eyelid swoops there, I just want it to be a bit more deep. The shades are like building up really nicely. I'm just gonna go back and forth until I've got a blend that I'm happy with, which I think we're pretty much there. Next we're going to take some NYX glitter glue on this Morphe, just kind of like flat brush. I think technically this was like labeled as a concealer brush, but I like stuff like this for like cut creases and things like this. And we're just going to feather that across the lid. And then, ooh, what to go in with? I think actually we're going to do a couple shades. I think first we're going to go in with this Biscuits shade at the bottom there. Well, they're all at the bottom. And then I think we're going to, on the inner part, go with Floofy. So let's first grab Biscuits. Just a bit. I don't want too much of this because it's a bit of a darker shimmer. So I'm really going to try to, like, when we get to like the mattes here, just really like dab, not have it be too opaque. It's a shifty shade too, so you have to kind of be careful with that, because when you turn certain ways it can end up having an interesting kind of cast and shadow. And on the other side of the brush I'm picking up that Floofy shade. Oh, wow. She is gorgeous. Wow. Oh, I hope the beautifulness of that is picking up on camera. Alright, I went in with some black liner, and I'm going to now go in with another BH Cosmetics brush. It's sort of like a fluffy angled brush, and we're going to jump into that Perhaps shade. and start running that along the lower lash line. Connecting it to the outer corner. Alright, then jumping in with a small blender brush, I think we're gonna we're gonna try to use toe beans, which is like the really bright, kind of like almost fuchsia in here. We're just gonna like lightly dip into that, and we're just gonna see if we can blend a little bit. I just want like a hint of the pink, but I don't want it to overtake the lower lash. I just want it to pop out a little bit. I'm picking up a little bit more of that floofy shade just on my pinky, and I'm just stamping that a bit more on the inner corner and dragging it down into the lower lash a bit. Alright, I think that is pretty much our look. I know it wasn't anything too complicated, but I like it. I think it was just a cute, fun way to like play with the shades. It's smoky, dramatic, kind of gives you that Smitten feel, in my opinion. Anyways, we're gonna go match the other eye, do whatever with the rest of the face, and I'll be right back. Alright, here is the finished look. I am just so happy with how this turned out. I absolutely love it, and I am definitely smitten with this palette. Couldn't help myself. I love this color story. It is just gorgeous. I can't wait to dig into this more. We'll definitely do another look with it, hopefully on here. If not though, you should be following me on my Instagram, Spooky Mama Glam. I'm gonna try to be doing more looks that I'm throwing up on there as well when I don't always have time to film a whole video for it. But yeah, makeup details. Wearing lashes this time, I know, crazy. I'm wearing just the Ioni Foxy half lashes that I love. And on the lips, I'm wearing the Satin Liquid Lip in Flirt from Unearthly Cosmetics. Haven't rocked one of these in a while, and I just really felt like putting it on, and I felt like this shade went well with the look. So that is that. Oh, and I guess I didn't mention whatever, but my current obsession is this Duality blush palette from Adept Cosmetics, and I am wearing this shade here, which is magenta with a little bit of sometimes violet kind of at the top. Really, really loving that. But that is the look for today. That is playing with, I'm going to butcher every time I trace it, Dieverune Cosmetics Smitten palette. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate if you give a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe, you know, all the things. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.